welcome back. Sorry for the hurricane. Okay, so we're gonna rate the deadliest hurricanes. I researched the deadliest hurricanes. What hurricane names are the worst? So, if any of my friends watching this, so we're gonna start with this Hurricane Andrew. It was a Category 5 hurricane. It was in August 1992. Now Hurricane Ivan, it was a Category 3. It costed $1 billion in... Oh, sorry. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. It's just because it's my cousin. Okay. I bet my reading teacher's watching this. Hurricane Katrina. It caused 1,392 fatalities, 1,125 billion in damages. Now we're gonna go up to the top. Bet Hazelin is watching this video. Now, Hurricane Katrina was the deadliest, but Hurricane Hazel killed 1,191 people. It was the deadliest hurricane ever. If Hazelin is watching this video, you have your own hurricane. Now, Hurricane Diane, 1954 and 1959. It costed $831 million in damages. Now, this 2022 Category 4 storm, it was Hurricane Ian. 150 deaths and $150 billion in damages. Now Hurricane Ida, this was in 2021. This claimed 87 lives in the US and then 20 in Venezuela. Hurricane Eta and Iota, these devastating hurricanes occurred in 2020 and their names were retired. Now, Hurricane Katrina, Rita, and Wilma. These devastating hurricanes occurred in 2005, and their names were retired. We talked about Hurricane Katrina here. Okay? So, I'm going to search up the deadliest hurricane, and if these hurricanes win, and if they're my friends, I'll give them an invite. I'll give them, I don't know what I'm gonna give them, a car in my game. Okay. Now for the deadliest hurricane ever. This killed 8,000 people, but it doesn't have a name. Now we're gonna search up for the hurricane that killed 1,000 people, and if AI gets that hurricane that killed 1,000 people, I'll give them a surprise, a car in my game. Now, Hurricane Katrina, we talked about Hurricane Katrina, killed 1,392 people. And this cyclone in 1737 killed 300,000 people. Wow, that's the deadliest hurricane. Alright, so we talked about the Great Galveston Hurricane of 1900. Now I'm going to search up the deadliest hurricane in 1959. Do you know who that is? Alright, so it was Hurricane 15, which killed 1,800 people when it made landfall in Mexico. Another hurricane from 1959, Hurricane Patsy, Dot, and the Isabel Typhoon, also known as Super Typhoon Vera. Okay, now we're going to search up the deadliest hurricanes from 1956. Alright, so I forgot to pause it. Okay, so it was Hurricane Betsy, which killed 18 people. It costed $40 million in damage and destroyed 15,000 homes. And another hurricane from 1956. It was Tropical Storm Dora. It killed 27 people. Okay, now we're gonna search up hurricanes from 1958.
1958 Atlantic hurricane season included every tropical cyclone.
The 1958 Atlantic hurricane season. Okay. Okay, so Hurricane Camille, this killed 259 people. Now we're gonna see which states, which country, whatever, and this is Hurricane Hazel.
National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. On October 15, 1954, Hurricane Hazel made its devastating landfall near Myrtle Beach, SC.
Okay, so this is where this hurricane hit. North Carolina, South Carolina, Haiti, Virginia, Maryland, Cuba, New York, the Bahamas, and Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos Island, Grenada, Hispaniola, and the Lesser Antilles. Okay, this was in October 15th, 1954. What category is it? It was a Category 4 hurricane. That was so bad. Category 4? There was a Category 4 hurricane in Florida. It was called Hurricane Ian. You remember that? Category 4. It's so bad. Now let's see the cost of the damage. $382 million. If my friend is watching this, you have your own hurricane and you are the richest hurricane ever. $382 million? What in the heck? Sorry, what in the world? Wow. What damage? Damn, it says 400 million. Katrina. Dude! Remember, Category 4, not a Category 5. Let's see what's the wind speed. Whoa. Wait a second. 215 kilometers an hour? Let's see. We're going to convert that to miles per hour. 215 kilometers per hour. 2 miles per hour. 133 miles per hour? Wow. Okay, we're going to see a video of that. Okay. Let's remove wind speed up and then we just... Okay. Let's see the videos. This one. Let's see the... Look at that. Was that the Christmas thing? Whatever? Look at that. It's very old, don't you know that?
Hurricane Hazel, erratic, all-destructive. Winds and water, winds up to 135 miles an hour, veering from the sea into continental United States. Here in the Carolinas, it moved inland across the coastline between Wilmington, North Carolina, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Hazel, born in the tropical Caribbean, smashing across western Haiti, thence to cause perhaps 200 deaths, damage in the hundreds of millions in North America. Thousands of beach homes lost as the massive storm begins its knockout blow. The debris-choked Carolinas declared a major disaster area by the federal government. Hazel bulldozes into Virginia. Instead of confining its fury to the coastal areas, the center of the hurricane darts inland. Across the eastern half of the state, a 200-mile-wide path of death and ruin.
Whoa.
While populations cringe before Hazel's awesome might, she brushes her skirts against Washington.
Whoa, Washington.
Capital, but peaceful landmarks show unprecedented turbulence. Government workers close up shop early, and it is as though the affairs of the world's busiest capital must wait upon the forces of nature. After sweeping past Washington and Baltimore, Hazel gives another arm's-length jolt to New York. Also not spared are New Jersey and Delaware. Hazel is making her dying gestures before roaring into Canada. but our cameras following her path record grim evidence of her brutal force. In Philadelphia, the death toll...
Okay, that's... What the hell? No way. This... Winds. Well, you know what? Destruction. Let's see the videos. The destruction. This one. What the heck? No way.
Early October. Worry 3 storm is...
What the heck? Are you serious?
7 millimeters or 3 inches. That...
This is... Oh yeah, this Christmas thing, whatever. Okay, so let's see. Let's see this footage. Oh, this is on TikTok, whatever. Why is it on TikTok? Okay. Storm surge. Thing is on Instagram, TikTok. What? How long? Let's see how long. Okay. October 5th. October 18th. Alright, let's see. What category of it? Let's see the videos. I don't know if there's videos. Let me search it up on YouTube. Hold on.
Going to the beach and being with your friends. That was the thing you wanted to do.
Over in Southport, Hoyle Dosher was running his charter fishing business.
In 1954, the industry in this town was fishing or shrimping. If you didn't do one or the other, you had to go someplace else.
Leela and Dallas Piggott were running their shrimping business and wouldn't think of living anywhere else.
And I will say that I don't know of a better place in the world to grow up than Southport. It was just wonderful.
Up in Morehead City, Tony Seaman was a teenager working in his father's seafood restaurant called The Sanitary.
Daddy started me out in the fish market, and I enjoyed it. I enjoy work.
About 900 miles south of Morehead City, at the Weather Bureau's Miami office, Grady Norton was hard at work too. He was the chief weather forecaster. Norton was monitoring a trough of low pressure in the tropics.
In 1954, of course, we hadn't even reached outer space, so we had no satellites.
Norton relied mostly on ship reports. On October the 5th, they told of a storm with 95-mile-an-hour winds off the Caribbean island of Grenada. While Norton was tracking the storm, now called Hazel, he had a stroke and died.
He had been working long hours and under a lot of stress to track Hurricane Hazel.
Hazel turned to the north. Forecasters tried to pick up where Norton had left off. They were scrambling for information.
There wasn't much. There really wasn't much.
And what there was came by teletype.
We were severely handicapped compared to what we
Remember, this was in
On October 12th, Hazel slammed into Haiti with winds of more than 125 miles per hour.
Damn.
And the rainfall from Hazel caused tremendous floods that swamped entire villages.
The estimates were around 1,000 dead. Hazel lost a lot of its punch slamming into Haiti's mountains. It weakened to a tropical storm, but it was heading toward the Bahamas.
Even for October, the water stays very warm there, and the conditions were just right for Hazel to blossom back up to become a major hurricane.
It did just that. Forecasters began monitoring the storm more closely, clocking winds of more than 100 miles per hour as it passed the Bahamas. Hoyle Dosher started to see the big swells in the ocean while out on his fishing trips.
We'd know 2 or 3 days ahead of a storm, a big storm, because of the sea conditions.
But most people knew little or nothing about Hazel's approach. This was the tiny article in Raleigh's paper the morning of October 14th, the headline in Wilmington's morning paper that same day. Finally, Wilmington's afternoon paper sounded the alarm just hours before the storm's arrival.
Largely, the people in North Carolina were not prepared for Hazel.
Few had TVs, and the information in TV and radio reports was too old to rely on.
And the latest report, the hurricane moving north.
Sometimes your forecast was maybe 10 or 15 hours a day behind.
On October 15th at 8 a.m., Hazel was 95 miles east of Charleston, South Carolina, and heading north. It was a Category 4 hurricane with 140 mile per hour winds.
140? No way.
Fast, and it was approaching on a high lunar tide.
All the ingredients were there for a perfect strike in the area.
Okay. Let's see the destruction,
On the
the
eve
damage.
of Hurricane Hazel, many people in North Carolina went to bed thinking the storm was still a long way off. And since none of them had experienced a storm of that intensity, they went to bed without worrying about it very much. But Hazel was a wake-up call in many ways.
I mean, I could see the ocean and see the whitecaps on the ocean from this far away.
On October 14th, Connie and Jerry Helms were honeymooning at her parents' cottage on Long Beach. They had heard a radio report about a hurricane near the Bahamas, but paid little attention to it. That night, rain canceled their plans to go to a drive-in movie.
The outer bands of the storm was already on us. We just didn't know that.
Connie and Jerry went to bed. The sound of objects blowing around on the porch woke them up early in the morning. Connie started packing.
When I looked out that window and I could actually see the whitecaps and the ocean billowing up above the dunes, I knew we were in trouble.
Jerry went out for a closer look.
When the wind was blowing, the water was coming over the dunes and started across the road. And I went back and I told them, just forget the packing, let's get in the car and go.
So you were living on the second floor of this house.
That's right.
Wife and 2 little children.
That's right.
Over in Southport, Hoyle Dosher took his family to the nearby Kate Stewart house. It was on the waterfront, just like his.
But he'd been there 150 years, and we figured he'd stay a little bit longer.
Then Dosher and his crew took his fishing boats 2 miles up a creek to protect them from the storm. While he was securing the boats, Dosher noticed marsh hens fleeing into the woods to escape the rising water.
That's what I told men on the boats that I just had to go. I had to go look after my family.
Hoyle headed down the street toward the waterfront, wading through thigh-high water and ducking behind oak trees to avoid flying debris.
When I went in that house.
Leela Piggott's husband had ignored her warnings about the storm. While he slept, she watched the storm through a window. Suddenly, she noticed a shrimp boat heading
I was standing there in shock. All of a sudden, my husband came in, and he grabbed my arm, and he pulled me so hard I fell on the floor. And he dragged me into the dining room. He said, "You're going to get killed. That boat's coming in the wind." I said, "I know it. I was watching it."
Up in Morehead City, Tony Seaman's father closed his restaurant early.
We went back out to the house and stayed to the house until the storm came, and it rained like you know what.
At Long Beach, the water was already too high for the Helms to get off the island in their car. So they headed for the nearest 2-story house.
And by the time we got there, the water was waist deep or chest deep and getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And the wind was picking up pretty good too.
The Helms broke into the house and watched the destruction outside.
All the houses along the ocean front were being torn apart because the water was rushing right through them. We actually thought that we were going to be rammed by floating houses. All we could do was watch and wait for the impact.
But there was no more time to wait.
We could feel the house was shifting, and we were afraid that the floor was going to give away any minute, and it was time for us to get out of there because nothing else anywhere as far as we could see, was still standing, except the house we were in.
They tied themselves together with a blanket and grabbed a mattress to use as a raft.
The water was coming in the second story window, and the breakers were breaking over the top of the house. And I said, we're level with the water, and it's coming in, and when the house starts to fall over, we're going out this window. You get on the mattress and hold on that blanket. And when we got on the mattress, and all of a sudden it seemed like we were just gone.
When Hurricane Hazel hit, Tony Seaman and his dad were worried about their restaurant. Leela and Dallas Piggott were worried about their shrimping business. Hoyle Dosher was worried about his wife and kids. And Connie and Jerry Helms were worried about each other. After all, they were riding a storm surge that was 2 stories high on a mattress.
We put the mattress out of the second story window on the water.
On the water, that's right.
The Helms mattress snagged the top of an oak tree along the back side of the island.
The only thing we could do at that point was keep our heads down and stay as low and as close to the mattress as possible, because there were things just flying all through the air. We got pounded by 2x4s and shingles and anything that could be picked up by the wind and dropped, we got pounded by it.
It was like a tide in here. The water was so strong.
In Morehead City, Tony Seaman Sr. decided to take his son and go check on the restaurant. They drove through a couple of flooded creeks on the way.
And one of them we had to open the door to.
Alright, I'll keep watching this video. Well, you guys watch it. But if my friend is watching this video, I bet you'll leave a comment saying that, yes, you got your own hurricane, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. Okay? So, that was the deadliest hurricane. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna keep watching this. You watched 11 minutes and 57 seconds, okay? So, I'll keep watching this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and post a comment if you like this. Okay? Well, I'll see you whenever, well, whatever, or I'll see you in my live stream in my McAllen holiday parade, okay? So, bye guys.